This is the Donner DST-550, and I love this guitar, but it does have one issue. So we're going to fix that issue today, and you can thank Patreon members for this video because I wasn't actually going to make it because it's such a simple mod, but they thought it would be useful, so here you go. Speaking of Patreon, I think you should join. Best Patreon in the game. What does that mean? Well, I don't really know. Onwards. So again, Donner DST-550. I'll show you right on the screen here what the issue is. It has to do with these screws in the saddles. These are 10 millimeter and they stick out a lot, which is not a major issue, let's be honest. But it's not always the most comfortable, right? It can kind of rub your hand here. So what we're gonna do is replace them with some smaller ones. So I bought 8 millimeter and 6 millimeter. I think the 6 millimeter will probably be fine. So most likely we'll use that. And I do want to show also, so this is the Tees SBHE, and I'll put it on the screen how well they did with these here. They do use the short type screws for their saddles, and yeah, you don't feel anything. It's just nice and smooth there. So as far as this guitar, by the way, depending on when you're watching this, I'm giving this away on Patreon at the end of March. So if it's still March when you're watching this video, hey, again, join the Patreon. One more thing. Of course, this guitar comes with the Allen wrench to adjust the saddles. But when you're doing this many, it's nice to have a screwdriver that has a spinning end so you can hold on to it, and it's much quicker than using an Allen wrench and kind of twisting it around. I'll leave a link to what I'm using here. I have a whole set here that has a whole bunch of different bits, and it's magnetic, so it's really nice. It's really cheap, and I use this all the time for guitar setups. I'm going to be using this screwdriver with a 1.5 inch hex bit for this video. Let's get to it. Now, one thing is you do want your strings to be floppy so they're not putting any pressure on these saddles and these screws. And do need to obviously point out, once you're done with this, you're gonna have to readjust all the string height. Easy enough. I mean, we're gonna try to get it approximate, but you know, is what it is. It's not gonna be perfect. Let's get moving. And we'll do one at a time. So I'll basically just do this high E, and then I'll speed up the process for the rest of them because it's just the same. We're gonna do one at a time. And I realize you can't really see much what I'm doing, but I'm just unscrewing. Just unscrewing that little screw, which is, again, 10 millimeters. And we're going to replace it with these 6 millimeter ones. And what's nice about this screwdriver is it's magnetic, so it does help here as well with that. Easy enough. And yeah, now I'm just going to do all the rest of them. And again, I'm going to get the string height approximate, and it'll actually probably be pretty spot on because I'm doing one at a time, and I'm kind of evening it up with the one next to it. And you do want, you know, kind of a slight curve. I think it's a 14-inch radius on the fretboard. All right, I'm going to give you a new angle on this All right, new angle here, just so you can see. I think you can see, yeah. And actually, I'm just gonna see on this G string. It'll probably be fine for the D string too. I'm gonna see if these 8mm ones are gonna be fine. I suspect they will, because it's a little bit, you know, you're a little bit higher on these strings because of the rounding of the fretboard. Honestly, just barely. So yeah, probably the 6mm are generally better to use, but this one, it's not sticking out at all. It's just kind of right at the limit there of where it would start sticking out. I'm back to the 6mm for this one. I think it'll be all right. So there it is, really simple. If I hadn't been talking and filming and all that, it probably would have taken me less than 5 minutes. And this guitar is now near perfect. If you want to see the review of this guitar, I'll link it below. Yeah, this was a nice upgrade for literally dollars. I'll link below where I bought them. I'll also link to Amazon as well. Thanks again to the Patreon members for making videos like this possible. You should join. I am talking directly to you, the person I am pointing at. Like this video, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if this was useful. Are these kind of simple type mods useful? If so, you know, let me know what other kind of stuff you would like, and maybe I'll do those. Who even knows anymore? See you next time.